Hey student, in this English lesson, let's talk about the articles in English, a, an, and the, and how to use them correctly. If you don't know me very well, hello, I'm teacher Prix, and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because every week I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. So consider subscribing. Now, let's talk about the articles. And here on my channel, guys, I focus on students who are pre-intermediate and intermediate. That's the level I focus on here in this channel. Now, the articles can be a pretty basic subject, I know, but there are some pieces of information that I would like to share that will help you, especially if you're trying to improve your English, fix some persistent mistakes. So I know this lesson is going to be very helpful to you, so make sure to watch it until the end. And guys, one important thing that I always talk about in every video here on my channel, especially when I am talking about grammar and vocabulary, is to learn a lesson I must use it. So create examples, make sure to post in the comments, that's a very productive way to use the lesson you study. Now, a and an, that's an indefinite article, okay? Indefinite article. That's a key word, that's important. And when I use a or an, I'm going to describe something that is indefinite. It's not specific. In many cases, I am describing that thing or that person for the first time. And I will use indefinite articles with nouns, okay? Countable nouns in the singular form. No uncountable nouns. Okay, so house, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's in the singular, a house. That's possible. Information, why not? Because information is uncountable. So I can't say an information, one information. No, I can't. So I will only use the indefinite article a or an next to countable nouns in the singular. And these countable nouns can describe people, can describe places, things, objects, you name it. A teacher, a glass. Okay? There you go. As you can see here on the screen, would you like to buy a house someday? Any house. I'm not talking about a specific house. I'm just telling you the object for the first time. I'm just mentioning the name of the object for the first time. So would you like to buy a house someday? Is that a yes or no? Huh? Tell me here in the comments. Would you like to have a house, to buy an apartment? You tell me. So I am mentioning the thing, the object, the person, or the thing for the first time, okay? And it is countable in the singular form. That's very important. Moving on. I can also use an to talk about jobs. In my case, for example, I am a teacher. I teach English online. Make sure to subscribe. So I am a teacher. So I will always use the article a or an next to the noun, okay? A teacher, a doctor. Oh, Priscilla, what if there is an adjective? Oh, okay, then I skip one word. A beautiful teacher. Excuse me. I'm a little confident today. It's my hair. My hair looks really nice today. I'm very happy with my hair today. I bought an expensive house. Very nice. I am an English teacher. Then it's fine, okay? But typically, the article a or an will come before the noun, okay? In the singular form, remember that. And it's countable. Another example, my sister is an architect. Not true, it's just an example. My sister is a buyer, actually. My neighbor is a doctor. My nieces are students. Ah, look at this. They're students. It's plural. My nieces, I have 2 beautiful nieces who are, well, I have more nieces. I have 4 nieces and 1 nephew. But my nieces are students. Students, that's plural. No article. Let it go. Okay, that's an important point here, an important observation. Moving on. As I said, Singular nouns when talking about them for the first time. I watched a movie last night. These are a few more examples, okay? Do you want a drink? I need to buy a new computer. Actually, I need to buy a tablet. Yeah, that is actually true. Moving on. Now, Priscilla, these are both indefinite articles. Okay, interesting. Which one? Which one should I use? Which one is better? It depends. One thing you need to remember about the English language is it's all about the sounds. It's all about the pronunciation, not necessarily the spelling. Okay, we focus much more on what we listen than what we write in the English language. It's about sounds. Okay, so the A and they have the same meaning. The difference is they will follow some words depending on how you say them. Yes. So therefore, you will use a or a. I'm spelling the word a here, okay? But typically when we're using the article, we can say a, okay? We can also say a. Some people say a house, but I like the pronunciation a house, okay? So the article a, okay? A. When the word next to it begins with a consonant sound. So it's about the sound. So you will use the article a or a. The next word starts with a consonant sound. Then you have to use the letter A, okay? And then the word. A university. University. Even though university starts with a vowel U, if you take a look at the pronunciation, it's not with a U, it's with a Y. YMCA, okay? Therefore, you have to use a university. There you go, okay? Oh, Priscilla, how do I know if it starts with a consonant, if it starts with a vowel sound? You will have to check the dictionary. Look up the word and you will find if it starts with a vowel or if it starts with a consonant, okay? Another example, can you call me back in an hour? In an hour? I link, okay? In an hour. Now, hour, even though it starts with the letter H, I remove the H when I'm speaking. There's no sound of the letter H. We start to see, hour, okay? There's no H. So you need to pay attention to that because they mean the same thing. A or N, they're the same. The only difference is they will follow words that have consonant sound or vowel sound. That's what you need to pay attention to, okay? And guys, if you're enjoying this lesson, support the channel by hitting the like button. That really helps the channel. And also, if you're interested, I have an amazing study plan cycle. If you need help understanding how to study, how to organize your English day, I know my study plan will help you. Moving on. The is a definite article, okay? Therefore, I will use the when I have a very clear idea of what I'm talking about, who I am talking about. And in many cases, when I am mentioning the thing, again, for the second time or third time. So I already mentioned once, but I'm mentioning it again. Then I will use the. And remember, I use the or an next to nouns, things, okay? That's important. So when I say next to people, I mean nouns that represent people, teacher, student, doctor, the engineer, the architect, the firefighter, okay? So I will use the article the when it's clear what I am talking about, who the person is, what the thing is, or if I already mentioned before, or if it's the only one, like the internet. There's no other word. It's unique. The internet, okay? Very important as well. Look at the examples. I'm going to take the kids to the park. It's not any kids. Probably imagine the father taking his kids. The kids, okay? So when he says I'm taking the kids, he knows what kids he's talking about, okay? To the park. The park, he knows the park. It's a specific park, okay? Oh, I didn't mention the park before. Okay. But here, based on the context, He knows, it's clear what park he's talking about. So use the. Have you seen the email I sent you? So I'm not talking about any email. I sent you a very specific email. The email I sent you last night. Have you seen the email I sent you last night? That's specific, okay? So it's not just any email. Got it? Another example, my friend goes to the gym next to my house. The gym next to my house, it's a specific gym. So I will use the. And here, if you look at the example, my friend goes to the gym next to my house. One common mistake students make is to use the article the next to possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives do not require the article the my house, the your book, no, okay? So next to my house. So because my is already specific. What's the purpose of the article the? To define. If I'm using my, how can I define more than that? Okay? So do not use the your, the my, no, okay? Do not use the next to names of people either. The Priscilla, the Jackson, no, you don't, okay? Unless you are referring to a family. Oh, the Petersons live next door. All the Petersons family, you know, they live next door. So this would be a possibility. But in general, I do not use the article the next to names. The, as I was saying before, when you mention something for the second time. Oh, look at this example. I bought a beautiful house. Ah, yes, it's so beautiful. The house has everything I've ever wanted. Now, I put this example here just to show you the context. I am describing something for the second time. I am mentioning something for the second time. Therefore, here, I bought a beautiful house. First time, I bought a house. Yay, congratulations. Where's the house? Where's the house? Okay. However, it's possible, it's correct. However, if I pay attention to conversation, to spoken language, I wouldn't repeat the house. I would use it. It has everything I ever wanted, okay? It would be possible to say the house has everything I ever wanted. But here, if I think of communication, I would simply say it has everything I ever wanted. It's the perfect house, okay? The perfect house, that's a good one. So this example is correct, as I said, but I would probably use the pronoun it instead of saying the house again. But this is an important explanation you should know. Things in general. When I am describing objects and things in general, I use the plural form of the word, countable nouns in the plural form. And if it's uncountable, it's uncountable, okay, then no plural. And I remove the. I don't use the, okay? When I'm talking about things in general. People are very stressed nowadays. I'm talking about people in general, okay? People in general. But if I say, oh, the people in France, then I'm going in the direction of targeting a group, okay? The French people. Then it's possible to use the here because I am describing a specific group, okay? The French people are very elegant, you name it, okay? They're very elegant. But if I am just describing things in general, people are getting more stressed nowadays. It is true, okay? I love sports. Sports, okay? I love sports. I don't need to use the. This is a common mistake students make when I'm talking about something general. Can you buy bananas when you go to the supermarket? Bananas. Buy bananas. I like bananas. Can you buy bananas? Or where are you going? Oh, to the supermarket. Oh, can you buy some bananas? Can you buy bananas? I don't even need some. I can simply say, can you buy bananas? Sure, sure. Of course. If you were in Brazil, the next question would be, what kind? Because there are many different kinds of bananas here. And that is a big deal in Brazil. There are different kinds of bananas. So if you just say buy bananas, the person may buy the wrong type of bananas, okay? So here the example. I bought apples and bananas, but I couldn't find strawberries. I don't need to use the because I'm just saying things in general. Oh, I bought the apples and bananas and the bananas, but I couldn't find the straw. No, don't do that, okay? Moving on. Do not use the to speak in general, as I was saying, plural nouns and uncountable nouns, or in these sentences here, at home, at work, go home, go to work, go to bed, last week, next week, last month, the last week, no need, okay? In indirect speech, I know some people, oh, but teacher, the following week, reported speech, different subject, okay? But in general, last week, nothing. Oh, I went to the movies last week. No the. Last month. No the. Okay? I'm going to travel next week. This is true. Yay. I'm going to travel next week. Okay? There you go. Exception to the office. I'm going to the office. Okay? I'm going to work. No the. I'm going to the office. The. So some examples. It's late. I'm going to bed. I didn't see her last week. How do you go to work? Susie's not at home right now. Okay? Awesome. Moving on. Do not use the with some institutions. This is interesting, okay? So if I am talking about the institution, I will not use the. Typically, we don't use the. High school, prison, jail, church. Take me to church. Na, na, na. College, okay? However, if I am talking about the physical building, the building itself, then I use the, okay? Then I will use the. So if you're talking about the building, not the institution per se, then you will use the, okay? The only exception is hospital. You will always use the. Oh, I need to go to the hospital. Where's she at the hospital? Where were you last week? At the hospital. Always use the next to hospital, okay? There you go, you know. The office, the hospital. Always use the. But if you're talking about the institution, high school, prison, jail, church, college, but the building, if you're talking about the building itself, then use the, okay? Now, geographical names. Here, guys, I am posting this here. But disclaimer, there is a lot of information regarding geographical names that are longer. What I'm trying to say is there are longer lists of names. I'm not going to copy paste everything here, okay? But there are many names of countries and islands and rivers and mountains that either will have the article the or not, okay? So this is not something that I can cover 100% here, but use Google, research, okay? Now, with the name of countries and continents, North America, Southeast Asia, let's see, North America, Europe, we don't usually use the, okay? There may be exceptions, as I said before. We don't usually use the, but we would need to think of the context, okay? Islands, states, towns, cities, no the. And as I said, there are exceptions. I pasted some of them here, but I didn't put it all. Okay, I didn't put all of them. So the UK, the USA, the Netherlands, the Czech Republic, the Philippines, and there are more. The Cayman Islands, okay? There are more geographical names that will require the. But in general, we don't use the next to countries. Most countries, guys, most countries do not require the. Most of them. And then we have the list of exceptions. I think in the list of countries, we have like 10, 15 countries. There are not many if you think about the number of countries in the world. And we usually use the next to mountain ranges, rivers, oceans, seas, canals, deserts, and island groups, the Black Sea, the Amazon River, the Baltic Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, the Alps, the Andes. There are more. So if you're interested in knowing more about this in terms of geographical names, then you will have to research. But then we need to think of context. Where am I going to talk about this? Okay, the previous slides, they're more popular for conversations, but these ones, only if you really use this in your everyday life, would this be a requirement. But there you have it, now you know. And you will use the, this is important, this is good for conversation. You will use the next to names of theaters, hotels, museums, galleries, buildings, monuments like the Statue of Liberty, the White House, or the Empire State Building, the British Museum. So these are popular monuments and galleries and museums. Therefore, you should use the, okay? Now, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. Support the channel by smashing that like button. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.